Hello everyone, this is Bob and Threadbare, and welcome back to The Witcher 3. We've finished the main game now, but we still have two fairly large DLC expansions left to go. The first of these is called Heart of Stone, and it adds a few extra areas to the northeast corner of the Novigrad map. That's where we are right now. And as a matter of fact, we are on our way to a specific individual, one of the two introductions that you can have to the Heart of Stone expansion. And one thing I should add to that is that you can do this at any given time. The levels of the monsters are arranged such that it's a good idea to get through the main quest before trying the expansions, but technically speaking, you don't have to do any part of the main quest so long as you have enough levels to face the challenges of the expansion area. Either one, in fact. The Heart of Stone expansion is a little less dangerous than the Blood and Wine expansion, which we'll be doing after this one. But ultimately, you can do any of them in any order. And there are a few things that change if the main quest isn't finished yet. But in any event, we've reached ourselves a new signpost here, including one new contract. Apprentice gone missing. I believe that is the, Oh, hey there. Yes, the herbalist is just outside of Oxenfurt on the east side. I believe we've met him before. Anyway, it's a bit of a trouble getting the horse through those rather short gates, so I figured might as well not try. But yes, there is a main quest to be had in Heart of Stone. One for Blood and Wine as well. That's not what we're going to be focusing on today. The Runecraft is sort of a... Well, think of him as... Damn. Knocked my shield right off. So yeah, this is what I was talking about where the challenge rating goes up. The difficulty of the monsters spikes considerably. Not sure if you can see it clearly, but these drowners are level 87. Incidentally, we will be hitting the level cap in this game. While it's practically impossible to do so in the first run, you usually get to around level 50 or so. This is New Game Plus, and that gives us an opportunity to... damn, one short. That gives us an opportunity to gain a lot more levels, since experience is relative. Anyway, got some hidden treasure around here, looks like. Pastoral Diary of Father Gledfried. Blah, 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 blah. Alright, in the chapel, which is where we're at here. Oh! Haunted chapel. Damn, they all tried the disappearing, reappearing trick simultaneously. One good thing about these monsters having piles of hit points again is that it makes it fairly easy for me to gain new charges for my sword. But yeah, as I was saying, we need to visit the Runecraft. And the Runecraft... Damn. Alright, basically a notice explaining why the church is closed. And, yeah. So in the main game, we had special quests to be able to unlock the, Master Armorer and the Master Blacksmith. Well, in this expansion, you now have a quest to unlock a Runecraft, who is a, someone who can do both. And on top of that, has some, very unique capabilities. In the meantime, we are facing a very unique, Wraith. And I believe that as a unique Wraith, you can only really harm her if you get her into a, Irridan zone. Been a while since we faced off against someone like this. They're a real pain to deal with, so they aren't too common. Yep, Night Wraith. And that's the guy who tried to exorcise the Night Wraith. Or it's the guy who created the Night Wraith. The body outside is probably the one who tried to exorcise her. Yeah, bad things happened. But that's always true when it comes to, wraiths. You don't become a wraith by dying in your sleep. Anyway, hey, you may have noticed, but we're in the expansion now. And so quite aside from all of the, increased challenges, we also have a whole bunch of increased treasure value. So yeah, I expect to find a bunch of uncut gemstones and fine jewelry everywhere we go now. Right, but back onto the path here. We are now at the Upper Mill.
Faster.
A very important area.
Stranger, greetings. Might you be interested in a moment's chat?
You're a long way from Ophir.
A long way and with dangers fraught. But in our homeland they say, in risk there is honor.
Got a ring to it. Not true in my experience, though. Face plenty of risks. Honor, not so much.
Because risk issues from intent. Important is this intent. The long passage I brave to admire the unknown and bring glory to myself and my liege. The world we must explore, virgin lands discover, new knowledge garner among our brothers than to spread. For is there in life a beauty greater than to admire the new, to stand in awe of the never-ending creation of the world?
That mean I've landed in a camp of explorers and philosophers?
Indeed. Your customs we come to observe, knowledge to exchange, and goods, naturally, to trade.
Your homeland. Be glad to hear some tales about it if you've got the time.
If time you have. For of my home I could speak until your ears withered, and your legs failed you. What here they call Ophir, in truth, is many diverse polities and peoples. A land it is of vast steppes, mountains forbidding, lakes clear as crystal, and wild lands untouched. A land of fallen empires, kingdoms at their peak, and tribes that know no monarchs, yet remember in myth a time when the world was young.
You call any of these lands home?
Yes, a town with towers to make Nilfgaard weep with envy. Of philosophers, doctors, mathematicians, and mages an enclave. But about these last you should, my friend, interrogate, for one among them is he, a Runecraft.
I'll make it a point to talk to him. Quite the mount you've got.
Ah, yes. A loyal friend I have in Babietza, and she is wiser than many a man. Countless races we have won together.
So, an explorer and a jockey in one.
From where I come, small children ride, and not a gathering is by a horse race not crowned.
Heard a lot of good things about Ophiri mares. Their speed. Care to race?
Swift as the western winds are our mounts. To prove this would be an honor, so race we must.
You know, he talks a big game, but ultimately this is still just the horse racing minigame.
I would see you at full speed.
Faster.
With all that that entails. There is one good thing, though, which is that of all of the horse equipment that you get in the main game, now that we're in the expansions, let's start to get some better stuff. Also, there's that. Just a bit of a,
Take your mount to her limits.
Right.
Hey! Open the gate!
Yeah, there's some unique instances added to the horse race here. Like all of the barrels falling off the, oh wait, ooh, whoops. Almost took a wrong turn. All of those barrels falling off of the hand cart. That was unique. Aside from that, we are running through the new area here. It's a bit hard to see some of the stuff, but... well, it's after dark, I mean.
Ophiri mares may be swift as the wind. Not quite as fast as my roach, though.
I congratulate you. A saddle for your mount, your reward. A contest to commemorate. It will make you a rider even swifter.
Thanks. Like your new gear, Roach?
Much may be said of a man by how he treats his horse. Our myths tell of a time when love brought together the skies and the steppe, and from their union was born the first mare. Weak were the creatures called men. They fell prey to countless dangers. The mare nursed them. Her milk fed them. Strong they grew, and she let them saddle her. Warriors they became, and gave fight to their foes. The myths teach us to respect our horses, noblest among all beasts.
Beautiful story. Thanks for that and the race. What did you bring from Ophir? Mind if I have a look?
So, aside from everything else, this is the main merchant of the expansion. And also, we got new moon armor. Sadly, it's not unique. Ooh. The expansion glint cards. Got a new diagram. Unique special card. as well as... Yep, it's almost as good as the saddle I've got on right now, but then the saddle I've got on right now is the one that you get from the second expansion.
Our craftsman's goods. You see worth in them?
Quite a bit, I'd say.
These are nothing compared to what I could offer had I not lost my prize diagrams.
How'd you lose them?
To thieves. In our travels, I and my companions surprise attacked by local ruffians were. The diagrams, their loss. I bemoan not so much as I do one of my comrades. Killed in the violence.
See if I can't find your diagrams. Recover them for you.
These instructions, when followed, produce items worthy of a king.
Tell me where you were attacked, remember?
A crossroads not far. Forgive me. For this area I know poorly. Detailed directions I cannot provide. North of the spot stood a residence, near ruin.
Should be able to find it. Take care now.
Go, and in the world glory, its never-ending creation be praised. Farewell.
Oh, and there's the Runecraft.
Greetings.
Greetings, and praise the world in its never-ending creation.
Don't take this the wrong way, but honestly, world doesn't deserve much praise.
Nordlings. Disagreeable always. Faces crinkled, soured, ready to quibble to death even a simple greeting. Aha! But my tongue now has soured, while you for trade have come. Sadly, I can forge for you nothing. My belongings, tools inclusive, all lost.
You a craftsman or a mage?
Your tongue has no word to fit my trade. A scholar and artisan I am. Part craftsman, part mage. Gematria, Runecraft. Familiar to you are these words?
No. Runecraft seems pretty self-explanatory, though.
True, though my craft further ventures. Runes and glyphs I first make, then arrange into powerful magic words. Great practical applications as my art. For rune stones properly forged in a sword set so as to form a magic word, the blade more power grant than runestones set haphazardly. Such words, too, can of glyphs be made and set in armor.
Listen, folks sometimes hire me to solve their problems. Even retrieved a missing item or two in my time.
For me, this you cannot do. I sailed upon a great ship. It sank, and my instruments took to the sea's dark depths.
Buying replacements not an option?
Of my own design they were, specially forged. A fortune it cost to make them. And all the coin that with me I had brought lies now in the murky abyss with my instruments.
Seems your skills could be useful to me. Given that, I'd be happy to help you out. What do you say I get you the coin you need? Could pay me back in runes and glyphs.
Is it certain, your offer? A great sum I require. Tools of great expense I need to make even the simplest glyph. I make no mention of the more advanced or master-crafted.
Rest easy. Got a feeling this'll be a good investment. Can't help but wonder what brings you to our lands.
A simple thing. For knowledge, a thirst. All he could, my mentor had taught me. The tongues of our lands I'd learned. Of all our plants and animals, I know the names.
Risked that long a journey to learn new words?
A life of plenty I would have lived at home, for the beauty and import of my art are respected. But such a life would be unfulfilled. Great and diverse is the world, for a pace continues its creation. A riddle it is, which through symbols speaks. The world's tongue to learn I wish, the signs by which it speaks to discover, their syntax to master. Through this, to learn the principles of creation.
The way you talk about your art sound more like a man of faith than scholarship.
Faith and scholarship for you lie in conflict. Yet in my land, holy men are scholars. Wisdom, their source of esteem.
The Ophiri believe in any gods?
From region to region, this varies. Raised I was to believe in one god, the world. Symbols are God's speech. To study his words is to draw nearer to him.
Symbols, meaning runes and glyphs.
Mere signs are these. An attempt by men imperfect to describe the world. Yet a magic to them there is, and from God all magic issues. When runes I create, when into words I arrange them, this is prayer. And when into swords I enchant them, that is my benediction.
Got some coin on me. This enough?
Start it is.
Costly craft.
Yet the costs do not end with coin. Need I shall also a jade stone of size substantial.
See what I can do.
Well, first things first, gotta get myself a pickaxe. And fortunately, the special requirements are exclusive to the first rank.
Apparently, likely to find some small jade deposits northeast of Novigrad. Ought to try my luck there.
Don't know where he gets that information, but I'm glad he has it. But yes, sure enough, now that we've accessed that signpost, we've got all these new question marks along the north end and east side of the Novigrad area of the main map. There's a lot of new places to explore. And I made a point of avoiding them earlier, mostly because they are full of deadly, deadly monsters, or deadly, deadly bandits. But now that I am a deadly, deadly witcher, I can go face those critters out there and make a good attempt of it. And in the meantime, I've got some diagrams to locate, a new treasure hunt quest, along with a hunk of jade to identify. But first things first, we've got this field here full of necker nests. And now that they are significantly more powerful, I think it's time to start using the oils again. Neckers are ogrids, so Damn it. You'll not leave me alone. Fast little bastards. And what's most annoying is that when you roll, your stamina regeneration stops. Damn it. Had a good charge building too. Yeah, these guys are killers.
Neckers surface here, dig their way out.
That's one nest dealt with. And we've got this abandoned site in the center here. But it is connected to both of the nests on either side. There we go. Got 2 charges off of this batch of knickers. Not too bad.
Knickers surface here, dig their way out.
And with this nest dealt with, that should be enough to free up the abandoned site. Which also takes me into daylight. And thankfully it looks like I managed to loot the monster nest before the fade out. Anyway, we've got more question marks between us and the jade deposits. So we might as well continue in this direction.
Come on, Roach.
My mum says I'll turn into a strigger if I don't eat my dinner.
So there's also a couple of new enemy types in this area. Critters that we haven't encountered yet before, and that includes stuff like the palette swap monsters. By that I mean that I'm not talking about palette swap monsters, I'm talking about completely new enemies, like boars. Yep, somehow we've gotten this far into the game without encountering an angry boar. As you can see, they don't like standing still, which can make them hard to pin down, hard to deal with. And especially the fact that if they manage to charge you, and they're going to charge you, then they are going to knock you in a random direction. Alright, one less to deal with. Looks like there's one more boar who is still alive and still has to be dealt with. Luckily he's already down some hit points. And of course, one issue with boars is that you can't afford to just let them go and wait for them to return. Because when they return, they will be charging at you again. Alright, looks like someone is upset that the local hunter is hunting witches instead of boars. And that's because while witches are a theoretical problem, boars are a very real problem that are destroying crops and threatening innocent travelers. And guess what? The hunter left them be, and the boars indeed became an issue. Ah, there's the signpost. A marker. I wanted to find that because that estate I just passed is where the expansion quest begins. So, you know, being able to travel back to it nice and quick seems like a useful asset. And incidentally, what we've got here is another new monster. The Arachnomorph. So, yeah. Arachnophobes beware, because arachnomorphs look a lot more like giant spiders than any of the other insectoid monsters in the game. Damn it. They got me with webbing. So yeah, the other big issue you may have noticed about arachnomorphs is that they are very good at running away from you. They don't have to use any sort of dodge or anything to do so. So they can keep running away perpetually. They will occasionally stop in order to fire a web or to run forward and attack. But just in general, they are a real pain to deal with. Like, it's not even a matter of danger, it's just a matter of annoyance. But hey, I defeated them all, and...
Monster nest. Best destroyed with a dancing star or grape shot.
What he said. And while he described 2 of the bombs with grape shot and dancing star, I believe you can toss down any bomb. So long as you have any bombs in your inventory, you can drop one into a monster nest and it'll blow up. What's this now? Another boar. Let's hope it doesn't notice me, because that would be a pain to deal with. Bunch of neckers over here. The neckers are not that much of a pain to deal with. And they can charge up my sword, which needs a lot of charges at this point. Which is why I decided to go out of my way and deal with them. Nice. 2 more charges. And there appears to be something loud over in this direction. Guarded treasure. Guarded by a golem. Good old-fashioned golem. Whoops. Man. Even with the Quen shield up, that shredded my health. And speaking of tons of health, this guy is not going down easy. I've got Erendite all charged up, and I am using the mutation that gets me additional damage with each hit, which is up to 120% now. But Yeah, this guy's not going down fast. Finally. Igor Desade's journal. Huh. So, looks like this guy got, or heard a rumor about a abandoned golem out in the middle of nowhere, and got the great idea to go reactivate it. And based on the body you can see on the ground next to the golem, well, I think you can put the pieces together as to what happened after it activated. Yes, just because a golem is active does not mean that you have managed to reprogram its friends and enemy list. Sounds like a bunch of wolves or rabid dogs over there. Let's just leave them be. But we are getting closer now to the jade deposits. And before then, looks like we found a bunch of fallen knights burning a village.
How do you wish to die? Witness me, brothers! Witness you, brother!
So, just to explain what we're up against here. In the first game, there is the Order of the Flaming Rose. And they are based on the Order of the White Rose, which is mentioned briefly in one of the books. And the idea is that they are a bunch of witch-hunting bigots. I mean, they hate witches, and they also hate non-humans. So just bad news all around.
Let's end this.
However, at the end of the first game, you take down the Grandmaster of the Order of the Flaming Rose. And you also convince the Monarch of Temeria to not support them. Or something like that. Not entirely certain about the details, but well, the point is that by the third game, the Order of the Flaming Rose has been forcibly disbanded.
Hero, give us a kiss.
Look for your kind beyond the walls.
So, yeah, someone ratted these guys out to the Novigradians, and their response was to come in and torch the entire town.
Odd though he is.
And slaughter all the residents.
Yeah, welcome to my workshop. Sturdy craftsmanship at a reasonable price.
Show me what you have on offer.
So, Redania just officially destroyed the Order of the Flaming Rose. However, the Order was, well, most of the people who left the Order when it got disbanded became witch hunters under Redanian leadership. So that right there tells you why King Radovid got rid of the Order. Because it certainly wasn't out of a sense of morality or a desire to protect non-humans. Don't really have to craft that much anymore, so I'm wondering what of these materials I even want to pick up at this point. Especially when weapons are so expensive. And the new moon gear, by the way, that I've picked up, that is unfortunately not unique armor, but it is going to be a lot easier to locate it here in the expansion than it was back in the regular game. And it's an interesting armor set, so I may hang on to some pieces and wear them at the appropriate moment. Alright, got some hidden treasure up here, including a bloody letter. Okay. This appears to be the Imperial spy that the Order members were complaining about. Oh yes, I should finish my explanation of them. So yes, the Order of the Flaming Rose has officially disbanded. However, there are some holdouts who have not given up the emblem. And so, said holdouts have essentially just turned to banditry and illegal drug production in order to keep the flame alive, so to speak. And as such, the Order of the Flaming Rose has become unwelcome everywhere, instead of just in a lot of places as they were before. Anyway, so the Imperial spy was talking about some sort of hidden drop-off point in the nearby lake that you can see from the observation tower. And this being a large lake that you can see from the observation tower, I figure it must be around here somewhere. Also, you may have noticed that there are some blue exclamation marks instead of the usual yellow ones that denote quest items. That is because this is the blue expansion pack. And so all of the quests and other affiliated items will have blue marks next to them. In addition, Blood and Wine is the second big expansion, and it is the red expansion. Alright, so I've had a good look through this lake, and it didn't really identify anything. So I am thinking there is another body of water nearby. That might have been the one I was supposed to identify and visit. So let's have a gallop over and see what we can find. Sure enough. And what do you know, I didn't even have to switch over. Alright, so the 3 locations where I'm supposed to look for Jade are coming up soon, but there are still some question marks nearby, so I figure I should clear those out first. A lot of birch trees in this area. Okay. It's an abandoned site, and we're already seeing why it's abandoned. Because there are a ton of wraiths nearby. They are dying comparatively fast, though. I mean, next to a lot of the other enemies that we've been facing, these guys are just going down like chumps. Especially doesn't help when you hit it with instant death.
His smile fair as spring, as towards him he draws you. His tongue sharp and silvery as he implores you. Your wishes he grants as he swears to adore you. Gold, silver, jewels, he lays riches before you. Jews need be repaid, and he will come for you. All to reclaim, no smile to console you. He'll snare you in bonds, eyes glowing a fire, to gore and torment you till the stars expire.
I'm sure that's nothing. I mean, that's not even the main theme of this expansion pack. No, sir, not at all. Alright, where's the last Wraith remains? Ashes. There it is. Emerald dust. Oh, what's going on over here? People screaming for help. Maybe it has to do with the wild dogs? I mean, they're nowhere near the herbalist we just unlocked, who appeared to be the one screaming for help. But speaking of which, let's see what the herbalist gets me.
What?
Got any?
So they may have better inventories than the regular game merchants, but they certainly don't come with new scintillating dialogue. Not all of them, anyway.
Farewell.
Anyway, we've got a couple more question marks in this area, in addition to the jade deposits. But we are in the area of the jade deposits, so might as well finally go looking for them as we also clear out this area. Ah,
Not much jade here. Need to keep looking.
too bad. But the next question mark is kind of overlapping with the next bit of jade, so let's head north and see what we can find. Oh, interesting. So maybe the jade is underground. But there's also a hidden treasure around here. And based on the indicators, it is inside the cave, along with a whole lot of enemies. And based on the sounds those enemies are making, it's definitely insectoid oil time. Yeah, in particular, it is more arachnomorphs. And these guys are actually a lot easier to deal with in a cave, because there are fewer places for them to back into. You can actually corner them when you're not on the main map, outside. Another word of warning for arachnophobes, by the way. The arachnomorphs are not common enemies. Not here, and not in the second expansion. And not in the second expansion. But they are present in both cases. And so, yeah, nothing I can really do about that. This is a completionist run, so I'm not going to avoid them. Also, I'm not an arachnophobe myself, so I'm not even going to hesitate. But I know that there are folks out there who do hesitate at the sight of them, so I figured it would be worth warning. Come on, slow down. Let me pin you against a wall. Blast. Oh. Didn't even realize that I was heading in the right direction for that hidden treasure quest. Anyway, so the arachnomorphs seem to be dealt with, so let's find that jade deposit.
Jade. Now to extract some.
Nice. Okay, and you only needed the one jade chunk, so now that we've successfully found some, here we go. Had a bit of technical difficulties, incidentally, as we were leaving. But I believe that, yeah, we're in no hurry to head back to the dude. Damn it. So yeah, I was figuring we could check out a few more question marks while we are heading a little further westward. Aha, you missed. Missed again. Ah, damn it. Sword is ready to go. We're all out of monsters. Doesn't look like there are any further this way either. Wait, hang on. There's something. Oh, it's a bear. Dang it, bear. Getting my hopes up. Damn. Knocked me well off my feet. But that takes care of that. Got ourselves a new road marker. Next to this pretty interesting watchtower. Fortunately, there's not too much to see from up here just yet. So was that seriously it? Like this guarded treasure was a pair of boots and pants? Alright. So it looks like there is some sort of farm just down to the southwest here. But if we cut to the north of that, we'll find ourselves a new question mark. A monster nest. Here we go. Bunch of neckers by the sound of things. I should be able to get a couple of good charges on my sword off of these guys. Sure enough, down they went.
Neckers surface here, dig their way out.
Nice. One last free charge. By the way, you know, I had some trouble building a, or getting the right monster parts for a, I think it was a potion, or an oil. But yeah, like, one of the things I needed was a Necker heart. But for whatever reason, the only way you find Necker hearts is by destroying a Necker nest, and then searching it. I did not realize the first time I played through the game that nests were searchable after you blew them up. I thought it was just for the experience, just to stop the monster spawn rate. Did not realize it also came with goods and prizes inside. Ah, good. There's the road marker I figured would be here. And with that discovered, looks like I am down to 3 question marks on the western side of the map. Should get this done in no time then. Haven't gotten started on the main quest of Heart of Stone. But with this, I've gotten a good ways into the exploration. Now, the area is not as big as, like, one of the 3 main regions of the main game. It's just this little bit of it stapled to the top of the Novigrad region, after all. But yeah, there's still some nice things to find in the area. Oh, down he goes.
Blood for blood, brothers!
I believe this expansion, at least, came out after the Mad Max Fury Road film. Which is why these guys occasionally scream the same things that the bad guys in that movie scream. In particular, the whole "witness me."
Come on, come closer.
Like, that is a direct and deliberate reference. Ooh. Order of the Flaming Rose armor. Quartermaster report. So apparently a local hunter came into camp offering to help them out, get them some food. And their response was to tie him up and torture him for information on locals. Like, not even local witches anymore, just locals. People they could oppress in order to get stuff. I think that's what happened to the guy who's the hunter's cabin that was abandoned. Like, he thought he could get in good with the witch hunting Order of the Flaming Rose, and instead they captured and tortured him, probably to death. Damn it. Locked my Quen shield and my sword charges off. And it does not help when they all jump at you at different angles all at once. Luckily, we're down to 2 of them now. Much more manageable number. There's also one in this direction. And since my sword still has 6 charges... Ah, damn. Went down too fast. Topped out at 8. But they aren't dropping red mutagen. Dirtied letter. Alright, looks like one of the locals is striking back at the Order of the Flaming Rose. He found their ship, sank it, and captured the guy who was guarding it, by the sound of things. Unfortunately, the guy got killed by drowners. And so the yeah, and so the leader they captured just died down here. Probably of dehydration. Yeah, definitely dehydration. And man, the drowners came and killed his captors on day 2. So he'd been stuck in a nasty place for some time. Where are you going, Roach?
Giddy up.
Anyway, there is that sunken ship that both sides talked about. Should be around here somewhere. And whatever decent goods were around here apparently also sank in the water, so follow the coastline as far as I'm able, but eventually I just have to wade in and swim the rest of the way. You can see we're still close to the city of Novigrad, But we are north of it now. Properly to the north. Don't hear any drowners roaming around. That's unusual. Oh, but there are some around the sunken site itself. Damn, what's with the teleporting drowner corpses? Alright, well, this looks like a sunken ship. Nice. Anyway, we do have that question mark far off to the left there. But I believe we can hit the coast if we go a bit further to the north. And then again, it's only around 200 meters away. Here we are. Looks like there's a lighthouse in the distance over there. Might even line up with a question mark. Ah, drowned dead. So we're back to this, I see. Damn it. Ooh, water hag. Just watch myself. Rather not get mud in my eye. And that takes care of that. Area liberated. Alright, that's another few lesser red mutagens. So I'm going to have a look at just a second. Yes, that's what I was waiting for, another grater. And with that, yes, I can buy one of the mutations I have not yet acquired. Once I get all of them, I will have one more slot that I can put a red combat skill into. I've only got one left to go.
Greetings.
You've got an interesting selection, huh? Alright, guess that's it. Anyway, we've found all of the question marks in this direction, so all that remains is to head back to the quests next time.